We're officially out of office.
Oh my gosh, this is so weird to say.
I know. Okay, so I think we need to address something right off the bat.
Yes.
Do you want to go first or do you want me to say it?
This is not how we're going to look.
Ever.
You might catch us looking like this time and one other time.
Maybe.
And that is it. I got hair done. We both got makeup done.
Yeah.
For our branding shoot. And we came straight here after to record. So.
You're getting us like at our best.
Yeah, which is great because first impressions mean everything.
They're hooked.
Yes.
That's it.
But like, don't be hooked on our looks like this because.
No, be hooked on the conversation.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're really here for.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. Who are you, Marley?
Well, who are we, right?
Period.
So, Chrissy and I, just to give you guys a little backstory, completely two different like mindsets, paths, experience.
Yeah.
Current industries, like everything very different.
Even like a solid like age difference, too.
Yeah. But we work really well together.
Oh, yeah.
And our conversations are just so unfiltered.
Ridiculously unfiltered. And like for anyone that's listening, we literally talk like all day, every day. We have like meetings multiple times a week. And it's just like constant flow of like creativity, ideas bouncing back and forth, and conversations that we've had that we felt the need to like just share.
Yeah. Like I feel like our advice can go for everyone, but it resonated with each other really well.
Yeah.
And we just felt the need to share it because it's something everyone can use.
And also, like, I feel like in today's day, like, not enough people are having the kind of conversations we're having, like, realistically. And I find myself, for any of you that don't know who I am, I'll jump into it a little. So I own a salon, I do hair, and I have the privilege of talking to, like, multiple women a day. And the conversations that I have with them on the daily, I feel like are conversations that are very much like what we have, like conversations that are just not said but need to be heard.
Unpopular opinions, something that someone may be uncomfortable to talk about or feel like no one else feels this way. Why do I feel this way? There's no point in me asking about it. So I agree.
It's very much like how we're branding ourselves, raw and unfiltered. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be very raw and unfiltered. So buckle the fuck up.
Yeah. No, literally, because I'm sure there's times we're going to look at each other and just be, oh my gosh, we just said that.
Yeah. But I love that. And that's what drives us. So buckle up.
Yeah. Well, Chrissy already mentioned she owns a salon. She does hair. I am a business operations specialist for a corporate company.
Title.
It's but aside from that, I have my own marketing and business growth business of my own.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how Chrissy and I connected, was me running her content creation, her Instagram account.
But let's be real. Like, I met you at an event.
Yeah.
Instantly, like, fell in love with your energy and was like, okay, you do marketing. How do I get you on my team? Like, how do we do this? And then it was like there's she has to reel me in.
There's just so much more to go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there's so much on our plate, but we still feel like there's room to put more stuff on the plate.
Oh, yeah. Like, we're really busy. Like, not only do like I own a salon, I work behind the chair full time.
Mm-hmm.
Marley has like her corporate 9 to 5. Then she runs her independent business. But now we're starting this podcast. We're starting a content and photography business on the side. But they're all things that honestly drive us and make us so happy. So I'm a firm believer that like if you're doing something that you love and you're surrounded by people that like support you and are putting in the same amount of effort, then it's not work. You know, at that point, like I'm just making money or have a hobby that like fuels me, right?
Yeah.
I hope one day we make money off this podcast. But like right now, it's just something we genuinely enjoy.
It's an event session. It's a safe space.
100%.
It's how can we help without having the same conversation with everyone.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I love that.
It's just for fun.
So how exactly did we start this?
I mean, we kind of touched on that of like recognizing the advice we give, the conversations we have with each other and people around us, and knowing that that's something we want to put out to a bigger audience.
Yeah.
But I also feel...
But real, raw, and unfiltered, it was a vent sesh.
It was a vent sesh,
It was a vent sesh.
It wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
No.
People need to hear it.
No, we were bitching and moaning about life.
And we noticed it was raw and unfiltered.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call her out. I still am, always listening to Mel Robbins.
Oh, yes.
And I just said, we need to start a podcast.
Yeah.
Our phone conversations, I was like envisioning and recognizing things we were talking about that was bringing me back to the podcast that I listened to.
Yeah.
And it was, we have to just make our
I think
own.
it's also good because like we both have like really good insight. Like the moment that one of us is like bitching and moaning and like complaining too hard, we're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Reel her back in.
I feel that I'm not optimistic.
Not in the slightest. I love you to death, but no. But you're also not doom and gloom.
We're a good balance.
100%. Yeah.
I'm optimistic for other people.
Yes.
I can't be optimistic for myself to an extent.
Yeah. But then on the flip side, I'm like overly optimistic, right? I'm the kind of person that like, I think the world is my oyster. I can make anything happen. The universe works for me. But at the same time, like I have my moments where like when I crash out, last week I was crashing out so hard. Are you kidding me? And like you were like, Chrissy, we're positive. Like this is going to be.
You have to be,
you know?
because if not, you just get into
I was spiraling.
slump.
Yeah, I was like full blown spiraling. I could not like. I was spiraling so hard, all I saw was a black pit.
And that's why it's like you have to take a step back and look at everything else.
Yeah.
Because if not, you're going to get stuck in that rut of everything sucks. Like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
This and this is wrong. Oh, another thing is wrong. Oh, now I'm noticing this is wrong.
Yeah.
So
100%. But that's like not to get like hippy dippy, but that's the Cancer in me. She's an emotional little girl. But I'm not like just the Cancer. I'm an Aries, Pisces, Cancer. So
I can only
she's
tell
balanced.
you one. I don't know all of them.
Okay, what is she?
Scorpio, and that's
I already
all
knew
I know.
that. That's why we're such good balance. I hope
See,
you understand that.
I don't know the
deeply.
background of it to know that.
Just know it's important. We get along really well. Okay, so what do you think got you like where you are today? With like all the things that you have on your plate.
I think like just hustling, always feeling that I needed to hustle. And I feel that nowadays when you hear the word hustle, you're thinking of people like scamming and just like not giving it their all. They're doing so much just to make money, and their mind is focused on money out of the hustle.
Oh, for sure.
That was not me at all. It was always, I know I need to do X, Y, and Z because things aren't going to fall into my lap, and stretching myself honestly too thin to do it all. So in college, I was doing full-time school and I was doing full-time work, which a lot of people weren't doing.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, and it sounds like, oh, okay, I could do that.
It's the most exhausting thing in the world.
And I worked 45 minutes from school.
Yep.
So it was get off the clock, drive straight to campus, no time to eat, nothing.
Yeah.
So I was out of the house from like 7:30 a.m. and I wasn't getting, my class ended at 9 p.m. So I was out for like over 12 hours in a day and just juggling everything. Because at that point, when do you have time to do homework?
Oh, yeah.
When do you have time to study?
I think for me, like, honestly, we have like such similar like ways that we got into like how it is that we are who we are. But I think that's basically at the core of it. We are who we are because of what we've had to like do to get to the point that we're at. But when I dropped out of college, my parents were really like, okay, we're no longer supporting you in the sense of like, you have to figure this out. Like, pay your bills, make your money.
Yeah.
And I was like dead set on going to beauty school, but beauty school was 8 to 5. So from 5:30 to like 9:30, 10, I worked as a lifeguard and I was like teaching swim lessons because there was no way that I could just like leave school and be like and like working at a salon as an assistant wasn't enough money.
No.
So like it was school all day. And mind you, when you're in beauty school, for anyone that's been in beauty school, you're doing hair all day.
On your feet all day.
On your feet.
Yeah.
Working for $0. And then I would go to work. So I feel like once I graduated and I was like out in the real world, that mindset of like, okay, hustle and grind and like, you know, hit the ground running never left me.
Yeah.
But in like the best way possible, you know, like I wouldn't have the career I have and the salon I have and the opportunities I have without that mindset.
Yeah, I feel like for me, I didn't ever expect to have my own business. Even
really?
Yeah, even people like professors talking about
Shut
it.
Up.
They gave you 2 routes as a business student. And the 2 routes each had their own. This is the gold medal. This is like you're winning the lottery. You're getting to the goal if you either go into corporate or have your own business.
Okay, so do you have anyone in your family that owns their own business?
Well, both my parents had a cigar lounge together. My dad does like have his own business. My mom did also. She doesn't anymore, but she did have her own as well.
And did that ever like spark something in you? Or was it like you saw what life was like for them as business owners and you were kind of like, eh?
I feel like I was a little bit scared. My mom's was a lot more steady. She was a pet sitter. So, I mean, everyone always needs that.
Yeah, 100%.
You have like the clients that
They're
trust
only going to go to you.
Yeah. But my dad was in the mortgage business. So for that,
That's
it was
rough.
a lot of ups and downs. And so I think, honestly, seeing that and just like knowing like I'm not optimistic. So in my head, it was like, if I don't have a steady paycheck that I know this is my salary, this is what I'm getting, how am I going to feel comfortable?
So that's so funny. I had the complete and total opposite mindset, right? I have a dad who's been an entrepreneur my whole life, right? So I've only ever seen him like have his own business. And I saw the struggle and like the hustle and bustle that is, right? My dad's a mechanic. He owns his own auto shop. But if he was not at work, like he didn't make money.
Yeah.
But that did not intimidate me. Like if anything, like every time I like would wake up and go to school, like when I was in college, my mindset was like, I'm going to be making someone else money.
Yeah.
Like, and I didn't even like what I was going to school for. So it like pissed me off even more. But
it's hard.
Oh my God, absolutely.
Yeah.
But when I dropped out of college, the same way you were just saying, like that steady paycheck, that was my dad's fear. Like he was,
because there's a limit, there's a ceiling to that. And it's
the mindset of it.
Unless you get their permission and ask for a raise, that is what you're capped at.
Yeah.
So I get that now,
and he was
being in it.
So scared. Like he did not talk to me for like a good amount of time. And mind you, I lived in their house. So I straight up was like, I can't do this. Like I cannot go to school and get a degree and like work for like someone else. Like I want to do hair. I want to do this. And my dad looked at me and he was like, you for the rest of your life are going to be dependent on other people wanting your service to pay your bills. And I don't know why, instead of scaring me, it lit a fire under my ass.
I honestly feel like for me, the biggest reason aside from not having the confidence in having my own business at first, it was also like in college when they were talking about you own a business, we were also learning about all the expenses. And I'm like,
oh yeah,
I don't have the money to start my own business. Like, how am I going to do this? Like, how does that happen? And there's also
like a fine line of owning a business or a business owning you, right?
Yes.
So like, I always thought like when I went out on myself, like, oh, I own a business. Like I have my salon suite, I have my clientele, but for a really long time, my business owned me. I wasn't able to just leave and have like money on the side and like I wasn't able to like pay my rent, pay my product and not be at work, you know?
Because you start thinking like, I need to do all these things to keep this place up and running.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And until you're established, which I feel like not enough business owners talk about that. And that's just the reality. Like truthfully, no one ever told me that, right? The difference of like owning a business or a business owning you. So that was like a harsh reality where like when you do work a corporate job, you can just take PTO. you know, or be like, okay, like today is a sick day. Like I'm not going in, right?
And the work still gets done. You're on a team.
Exactly.
People are there doing it.
Yes. Yeah. So there's pros and cons for sure to both. But it's a beautiful thing that you're able to balance both.
The only reason why I am is because my corporate job is working remote. So I have the flexibility of like if I do a content day the day before, I'm not exhausted and need to go in somewhere. I'm able to work from home, which
so true.
It's a lot less energy going out than if I were to have to go into the office and do it. Like I'll still do the same amount of work, the same quality of work, but I don't need to turn on my... But you're in the comfort
of your house.
Yeah, I don't
like
need
you can be cozy on your couch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you are using a social battery at work in an office.
Oh my God, absolutely. Or even like a content day.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Like we just did our branding shoot and we had to recharge in the car with Wendy's chicken nuggets. Like, are you kidding me?
Which Wendy's, your customer service was a little...
We have a little conversation we need to have with Miss Wendy's. But no, it's like so draining. It's so draining, which I think that also gets glamorified too, right? Like
it does. People think it's a hangout. Oh, you're having fun. You're making TikToks. It's not like that.
It's not that fun. It really isn't. Like I love hanging out with you. I love our content days. But
it's
like
a lot.
We're shooting for what, 12 hours a day?
At least it's 12 hours.
I am dead. Like I get home and my husband looks at me and I'm like, don't look at me. Don't talk to me. Like I need to recharge.
And like when I get home, I know like there's content that I need to get done. I need to look over. So I'm home and I'm eating whatever I can have quickly because I'm also starving.
Yeah.
And I'm also...
I feed her, I swear.
Yes. I'm usually eating the leftovers at home. And I'm also like trying to download the stuff on my computer and go through it because in my head I'm like, tomorrow I have corporate work. So I'm either waking up at 6 a.m. to do it before I clock in.
Yeah.
Or that's another late night where I'm clocking out to do that. And I know you want it. I need it to post ASAP.
Let's be real though. Marley is a psychopath and she gets home and literally
I start editing videos.
We get home at like 9 o'clock. By like 9:45, I have like 4 reels sent to me.
Yeah.
Ready to be approved. And I'm still driving home. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, I have videos.
It's a lot.
Yeah, but you do a great job. Great job at it. So
thank you. But I will say, like, our content days go really smoothly because you collaborate and you know what we need because you also want it just as bad as I do.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that in order to realistically like be a content creator, be an entrepreneur, or have the drive to like start your own business, for anyone that's out there like listening to this and like has the idea or like has the mindset. Oh my gosh,
that's so weird to say.
Right? But like honestly, if you have that little voice in your head, because if I would have never listened to that voice in my head that said like, you can do this, take a chance on yourself, I wouldn't be sitting here in this chair right now having this conversation. If we didn't say to ourselves, oh fuck, we can film a podcast, you know what I mean? We wouldn't be sitting here right now. But if that voice is sitting in your head and you have that like intuitive thought, like, oh wait, maybe I can take a chance on myself. All you need is to have drive. Because like realistically, the one thing that drove me until I got to the point where I felt like I could breathe, because I'm like, okay, wait, I got this, was someone once told me, if you don't take a chance on yourself, who's ever going to take a chance on you?
Yeah.
And like point blank, period. Like if I wouldn't have taken that leap of faith, like no one would have done that to me. Like for me, life wouldn't have just handed that to me. So if you have enough drive and enough hustle in you, I think anyone can do this. You just have to have that like ability to like have hustle and drive.
But you also need to know, with the hustle and drive and your work ethic changing and your priorities changing.
You have to have work ethic.
But you're going to lose people when you get that because...
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's lonely on the top.
It is because...
It's lonely on the top.
Your friends, 9 times out of 10, they're comfortable in their jobs. They're comfortable in where they are. And then it's like, oh, let's go grab drinks. And instead, you'd much rather sit with someone and talk about these exciting business plans you have and want someone to be excited for you and asking about it versus, let's go get sloshed at happy hour. I mean, like,
I think there's like a positive side to that though, right? Like, it sucks to like be losing some of those people, but like, think about it. The people that you gain on your way to like building your dream life or to having the things that you want, like the circle that I have now, I would not trade that for anything in the world. Like we just finished shooting like our branding shoot and we had a 30-40 minute conversation with C. She's our photographer. Built a whole freaking idea of like what our next business venture is.
Yeah, Chrissy and I were bouncing topics off, ideas off. Yeah. We were like, love it, let's run with it. We have a shoot after this just for it. Because we're psycho. But C was shooting our content while we were talking about it and she was like, wait, what is this? Like, what are you guys doing? And
because she has that same mindset. Like she wants to be better. Like she wants to like work for herself. She wants to build this like brand and this like dream life for herself where she gets to do things on her term. But like people like that surrounding me, I wouldn't trade that for anything in the world. Yeah. It sucks though. It sucks. Like when you first see.
Yeah, I lost
so many people on the way to like where I am now. But like I think about where I am now, I would not trade my life and the experiences that I have and the opportunities for nothing.
No.
Nothing at all. But that's a really good point to touch on because like that's another thing that no one ever told me about, right?
Yeah, they make it seem like, everyone's going to cheer you on. Yeah, it's going to be great.
But it's lonely.
It's
definitely lonely. Like when I'm at home after a really long day at work, it's my salon, it's my brand. So who's the one that's constantly feeding it and fueling it and wanting to like pour their blood, sweat, and tears into it? Me.
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes like I sit there and I reflect and I feel like, damn, it would be nice to have like someone else, you know? But I don't know. It's the name of the game, I think.
It definitely is because, I mean, even when we were talking about our other business venture, I was like, people bring it up to me and I've thought about doing it, but I don't want to take that on alone.
Yeah.
Because it's just
the responsibility
it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'm excited for that, but I'm really excited for this.
Oh yeah, no, this is our baby.
No, I'm so excited. I think like even just being in this room and like seeing everything.
Oh yeah, it makes it like so real. It makes it so real.
Getting the poster was already like, holy shit, this is happening.
Oh yeah.
Then today's shooting, I was like, oh
no,
wow,
there was a moment, guys, when we were shooting where like Marley and I were like, hee hee ha ha ha, like, you know, laughing, trying to get like that pose. And I just like looked at her. She was like, holy shit, wait, this is real. Like, we're really doing this. I was like, yeah. She was like, when did we talk about this? And I was like, a month ago. Month ago. And now we're sitting here.
And I think the only reason why we didn't do it like the week after we spoke about it.
We needed photos.
We needed
to find a space.
Yeah, a space. We needed to buy stuff. We needed to make graphics.
Yeah.
And also, I think we just had stuff every weekend that we physically couldn't. But we got it done as quick as we could.
We did. And I honestly think the month was great.
Yeah.
It gave us time to like really digest like what it is that we were doing. But I hope that you guys understand and are so excited the way we are. The topics that we have coming for you guys.
Yeah. It's going to be a mix between business. It's going to be a mix between lifestyle.
Yep. It's going to be a mix of like our own experiences.
We'll have some guests. It's not just gonna be us.
Yes. No, we'll like change it up so you just don't have to hear our voices.
Different spaces. I mean, everything. Yeah. So
get ready.
Yeah, I'm so excited. And I just can't wait.
I know. I can't wait either. Hope you guys like it.